So a lot of people have been angry about people just going on with their lives. Now, it's different for us because we've been directly affected with it.
Yeah.
And now to understand where, like, you go from where I live, where it looks like Iraq with multi-million-dollar homes, you go 2 miles up the road to 41, you wouldn't know that a hurricane hit at all because that was just enough damage to get, swept away pretty quick. And the tricky thing is that everyone still has bills. Everyone still has like their own issues that
which they had before the hurricane even came.
Which they did, yes, yeah. But we get trapped in that.
Yeah.
And there's a hard part where it is if it's not directly affecting me or someone I know, it's not even that it's not that they don't care.
Yeah.
They're not affected by it, and it's like, well, shit, I need to look at I need to look after myself. And I know that when I had friends that came to help me in the first few days, they were really affected by people that were out partying the next day. Like, F you guys, and can't believe, they just don't get it. Yeah. And I'm like, give it a week and you guys will be doing the same. It's just, that's how humans are.
Yeah.
That's why I wasn't taking it personally when I was more like, holy crap, when I had 2 complete strangers reach out going, hey, do you want me to come help? I was like, yeah, that's
pretty
fantastic.
Cool. Gives you faith in the human race, doesn't it, when that kind of stuff happens?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it was like focusing on that instead of why aren't more people helping me? Because again, I get it. Shit, look how quickly we got over the war in Ukraine.
Yeah.
We were so passionate.
There's a war in Ukraine?
Yeah. We were so passionate about that for a week.
Yeah.
We need to do something. People changing their display photos, doing all these things show that you care.
Yeah.
And then it's like, man, I really need to afford the next iPhone. I need to go back to work.
Yeah.
And so, you're right. It's like people need help, but we're in this weird thing where, and we're all guilty of it because, there's still slavery going around the world. The phones are built on slavery.
Yeah.
We keep going. And so to see other people just move on, it's hard. And then the political game comes into play where it's, all right, the federal government want them to step in, and they should. But then it's like...
By the way, this coming from a guy who believes in smaller government and the people taking care of themselves.
Yeah. It's an interesting... Because, New Orleans got smashed by a hurricane.
Katrina.
Yeah.
Way back in the day, yeah.
Even one last year.
Oh, did they last year? Okay, I didn't know.
See? So, because I was over there with Blake Doyle last year because he had to set up a new shop for his business because of how heavily they were hit.
Wow.
And a lot of people affected. But this is the example of, again, it's affecting us. And we get very angry at other people not wanting to help. And we need them to. But my thing of always trying to understand the full scope, so that keeps me less angry, I think, at the world, is, again, there was a hurricane that smashed a different state literally a year ago. And you didn't even know.
Yeah. Or just didn't even pay attention.
Yeah. But the people that live there know about it.
Of course.
They know about it. And
same things happen right now. They don't know what's going on in Florida. They've already moved on with their lives.
Well, they have. It's the next thing. The Kardashians have a new Botox line.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Kanye West wore a White Lives Matter sweatshirt. That's still a big deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But that's just how the world operates. And, I think that's another thing where I'm looking at my blessings. It's because believe me, in the last 2 weeks, I've had a massive fight with my family in Australia. I got uninvited to the wedding, to my sister's wedding, because...
We got to delve into that, buddy. Listen, I'm here for you too.
Well, it's a long story that I hate me for talking about, but it was a long story of... They wanted to know if I was coming to the wedding or not. I'm like, dude, let me just deal with this shit, because it's in 2 weeks.
Okay.
And I was...
You didn't want to go anyway.
I wanted to go. Australia, I just miss it. But... I just needed some time to figure out everything, because that's a $8,000 trip.
Yeah,
and that's with my dad paying for accommodation.
Yeah,
so I will just.
Meanwhile, your family's not here. You're missing your daughter. You're missing your wife. You got a lot going on that you're a little transient right now, so it's a little tough to fly.
And I was
2/3
sleeping on
around
a
the world.
couch, you know, but I wasn't making it look like I was struggling. Because I was just like, look, I'm looking at everything that's great.
I'm good.
So anyway, words were said. I told him, I don't like your husband to be anyway. Let's face it.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I'm not the only one. All right, good.
And so I got uninvited,
Okay.
you know, and so there was that. And then there's been other like arguments within my own family because again, they're not here. There's stuff, you know, like even though one conversation's happening, everything else is building up in the background about everything else that's, you know, because my wife's not here. And so she's going through her own stresses.
Sure. Just her taking care of your baby girl.
Yeah.
Where's daddy at?
Yeah. So it's like, for me, I'm like, if I can't get my own people in my family to fully empathize with my situation, how do I expect a complete stranger in a different state to even give a shit? Like, you know, and also like you look at the videos. I don't connect with the videos and I'm here because like I see the devastation. I'm like,
seen it firsthand.
It's way worse in real life.
Yeah.
And so when I look at it through those lenses of
Social media.
someone else,
yeah.
you can't connect with it on the level that we are. No. And so it's tough because you want help, we need help. But I also get the disconnect because we've been guilty of it.